Look, I'm a very stable genius. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's past my cheeseburger's bedtime. Let's go. If you're going under for surgery, the last thing you want to hear your doctor say is, don't worry, I'm mentally stable and, like, really smart.
Our pretzels are being threatened by this man. What else do you need? It's like you'd think we were preparing for a zombie attack. Nobody knows what's going to happen.
Coming up, we're breaking down the epic roast that's got Trump's Twitter fingers twitching. You'll see Kimmel's savage take on the Trump's chemistry, Colbert's fishy hand-holding analogy, and Trump's meltdown that proves these comedians struck a nerve. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. Plus, we'll reveal the one joke that had Trump reaching for his phone faster than you can say "kafef."
Being, like, really smart is not the same thing as being really smart, sir.
No, who's more famous than you? You are the most famous man in the world. What are you talking about? Who's more famous? I said, Jesus Christ.
And a very stable genius at that. Yes. He continued, I went from very successful businessman to top TV star, ...
Trust us, you don't want to miss this comedy clash of the century. Stephen Colbert, the late-night king of political zingers, struck comedy gold when he caught a glimpse of Trump's awkward attempts to hold Melania's hand at a rally. It was like watching a toddler trying to grab a shiny toy, except the toy was his wife's hand, and she wasn't having any of it. Colbert, never one to miss a chance to roast the former president, couldn't resist comparing Trump's fumbling fingers to someone trying to arouse a dead trout. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen anyone try to seduce a deceased fish, and I'm pretty sure I don't want to. But the mental image? Priceless. The audience at Colbert's show lost it. They were laughing so hard you'd think they'd just watched a cat try to use a smartphone. But Colbert wasn't done. Oh no, he was just warming up. He twisted the knife further, adding, you can't blame her though. I mean, she watches 60 Minutes. She knows where that hand has been.
If you're going under for surgery, the last thing you want to hear your doctor say is, don't worry, I'm mentally stable and, like, really smart.
It really is unbelievable. The fact that people are boarding up their businesses for an election should alarm us.
I think that would qualify as not smart, but genius, ... I
mean, if anyone needed any more proof that he didn't make America great again, there's plywood in the windows at the Wetzel's Pretzels across the street from him. I want to make a suggestion to get you through election night. I have something that I think can help.
Ouch, that's gotta sting worse than accidentally high-fiving a cactus. Now, we all know Trump isn't exactly known for his thick skin. In fact, his ego is about as fragile as a soap bubble in a sandstorm. So when he heard about Colbert's fishy joke, let's just say he didn't exactly take it in stride. Reports say his face turned redder than his tie. I mean, we're talking tomato that's been left in the sun for a week, but Trump didn't stop at just looking like an overripe fruit. No, he decided to show the world just how not bothered he was by Colbert's joke. How? By furiously tapping away at his phone, of course. In just an hour, he managed to fire off 12 angry messages about Colbert. That's one message every 5 minutes. I've seen teenagers with less dedication to their phones. You know what they say, if you can't stand the heat, get out of the kitchen. Or in Trump's case, if you can't take the joke, maybe don't give comedians so much material to work with. But no, Trump seemed determined to prove that he could dish it out, but couldn't take it. It's like watching a bull charge at a red cape, only to be surprised when it finds a matador on the other side. Jimmy Kimmel couldn't resist joining the Trump roast party, and boy, did he come prepared with some zingers. While Trump was busy playing matador with Colbert, Kimmel snuck up behind him with a comedic sucker punch that left the former president seeing stars. And let me tell you, it was a doozy. Kimmel, always the keen observer, caught sight of Trump trying to plan a smooch on Melania at a rally, but instead of a romantic moment, it looked more like two department store mannequins bumping into each other during a going out of business sale. Talk about awkward. Kimmel, never one to miss an opportunity, quipped, "To me, there's nothing more beautiful than watching a man and his wife try not to smudge each other's Bronson cream."
Look, I'm a very stable genius. Now, if you'll excuse me, it's past my cheeseburger's bedtime. Let's go. Also, I think it's worth mentioning that people who are mentally stable generally don't announce it.
Canada, they are busy sandbagging the border right now. For everyone who says they're going to move there, no, you are not. We are not welcome in Canada.
President of the United States,
The best way to describe how I'm feeling right now, it's somewhere between Christmas Eve and the night before a liver transplant.
Ouch! That's gotta sting worse than a bad spray tan job. But Kimmel was just getting warmed up. He hit Trump where it really hurts, his wallet. The audience went wild when he joked, even their prenup has a prenup. Now that's what I call a financial burn. It's like Kimmel was playing comedy whack-a-mole with Trump's ego, and he was hitting every target. Now we all know Trump isn't one to take a joke lying down. He fired back, accusing Kimmel of suffering from Trump derangement syndrome. But our boy Jimmy wasn't about to let that slide. Quick as a fox, he shot back. The only person with Trump derangement syndrome is Trump. Boom, that's what I call turning the tables faster than Trump can tweet fake news. It was like watching a comedy tag team match. Colbert and Kimmel were bouncing off each other, each joke building on the last, creating a perfect storm of Trump-targeted humor. They were like two kids on a playground, except instead of a ball, they were tossing around Trump's ego. But the real comedy gold came when Kimmel got his hands on Trump's prom analogy. Now we all know Trump's dating history is, shall we say, colorful. Kimmel took that ball and ran with it, turning Trump's own words into a punchline that had everyone in stitches. It was like watching a master chef turn Trump's word salad into a 5-star comedy meal. The more Trump tried to fight back, the more material he gave these comedy kingpins. It was like watching a cartoon character step on a rake over and over again. You'd think he'd learn, but nope. Trump just kept providing more fodder for the late-night comedy machine. Well, folks, it looks like our comedy duo has struck gold once again.
I'm looking up to the sky. A friend of mine said, you know, you're the most famous man in the world. I said, no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Our pretzels are being threatened by this man. What else do you need? It's like you'd think we were preparing for a zombie attack. Nobody knows what's going to happen. 24 hours from now, our long national nightmare will be contested for weeks on end. It's nothing about this country. If he loses, he wants us to pull each other's heads off.
Trump's fury over their jokes only made Kimmel and Colbert shine brighter. It's like they say, if you can't take the heat, stay out of the roast kitchen. But our orange friend just can't resist turning up the temperature. When Trump accused Kimmel of having Trump derangement syndrome, he might as well have handed the comedian a microphone and a spotlight. Kimmel didn't miss a beat, turning Trump's words into comedy gold. It's like watching a master chef whip up a gourmet meal from leftover word salad. But here's the real kicker. Every time Trump lashes out, he's just giving these comedians more material. It's a never-ending cycle of jokes that keeps on giving. Who knew that laughter could be such a powerful weapon against the mighty Trump tower of ego? Looks like in this battle of wits, our late-night heroes are proving that a sharp tongue beats a Twitter tantrum any day of the week.